service.
Department, the Royal Thai Government, this is the News Hour.
Swadika. Today is Friday, March 4th, 2016, and this is Radio Thailand's Morning News Hour with me, Petrapolis Delivery.
And with me, Muslim Pepperwan.
Starting off our national news this morning. The Prime Minister, General Prayut Chan-o-cha, asked the media to perform their duties constructively to help bring about peace in Thailand on the occasion of Thai Journalist Day. And the Prime Minister also has the office minister revealing that the press and all civil servants and state agencies are to create an understanding among the public on the importance of the public referendum.
And into the global scene, the top U.S. envoy for Syria says the country's ceasefire shows clear signs of progress. It warns that there's no guarantee it'll succeed.
On the business agenda, the Center for Economic and Business Forecasting reports that the Consumer Confidence Index in February went down for the second month in a row.
All those top headlines and much more coming up.
Brought to you by Bangkok Airways, Asia's boutique airline. Now flies direct from Bangkok to Chiang Rai, 2 flights a day. Call 1771.
It's 7:02 a.m. in Bangkok. These are today's national stories. The Prime Minister's office minister has revealed that the Premier has pressed all civil servants and state agencies to create an understanding among the public on the importance of the public referendum for the draft charter without stirring bias. The minister attached to the Prime Minister's office, has disclosed that Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha recently instructed all state offices and civil servants to encourage members of the public to take part in the vote on the draft charter, but warned them against influencing citizens. He indicated the Premier believes that greater understanding of the draft will help persuade the public to take part in its referendum. The minister let on, however, that the cabinet has yet to discuss the details of the referendum or plans in the event the draft charter is not accepted by the nation. He urged groups that are opposed to the draft to join the Election Commission's forums to constructively discuss the issue and to avoid conflicts.
Meanwhile, Thailand's Prime Minister General Prayut has asked the media to perform their duties constructively to help bring about peace in the country on the occasion of Thai Journalist Day on March 5th. The Prime Minister stressed that the government does not censor news reporting. He urged the media to separate the country's internal conflicts from political issues and the national reform campaign, and to avoid reporting news that incites conflict. The Premier affirmed the government does not instruct civil servants not to appear on a television program of famous news anchor Sorayut Sukhasnatinda, who was found guilty of embezzlement. General Prayut also questioned the program's broadcasting of an interview with the Revenue Department's Director General after the court delivered the verdict.
The Minister of Education will discuss preparations for the establishment of a Department of Academics while endorsing the Prime Minister's use of Section 44 of the Inter Constitution to streamline administration. Education Minister General Daphne Ratanasawan revealed at the meeting of the ministry executives discussed the need to swiftly implement its policies by using the powers of the leader of the National Council for Peace and Order under Section 44 of the Interim Constitution. The ministry agreed that urgent policies must be implemented during the current administration. Afterwards, the ministry policies will undergo the usual protocols. One of the ministry's policies involves the setting up of a Department of Academics while discussing with the National Legislative Assembly, or NLA, which jurisdiction the new agency will work under. Additionally, the NLA has proposed an option that the new department serve as an independent organization.
And government has affirmed that it'll appoint senators during the transitional period to a new government. and that a summary of the draft constitution will be given to the public ahead of the referendum. Constitution Drafting Commission Chairman Nithai Rajapan remarked that as details on the public referendum for the draft charter are now clear, it's up to the administration to encourage citizens to vote. The CDC plans to create 5 to 10 page summaries of the charter, the Constitution, within 15 days of its completion to help the public in forming their views. Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister General Prawit Wongsuwan said he supports an idea for the state to appoint senators to work alongside the elected members of Parliament during the transition from the current administration to its successor, as the appointed upper house members would work in line with the country's reform plan. CDC spokesman, however, said that the government, the body, has yet to finalize the selection process of MPs and senators due to a large amount of varying opinions, but noted it's made good progress on indicating the credentials of ministers. Most recently, the committee decided that ministers sentenced by a court would have their positions suspended until proven not guilty.
Meanwhile, the Internal Security Operations Command, or ISOC, has continued its surveillance of terrorism and prostitution activities. ISOC spokesman Major General Banpot Poonpian said his agency has yet to detect any signs of terrorist acts, but assured all agencies will continue to remain vigilant. He urged the public to be on the lookout for suspicious behavior and possible transnational criminals, noting citizens should especially monitor those who have taken residence near tourist attractions. As for foreigners fleeing into the country, including those coming in to engage in prostitution, Major General Banpot said agencies will continue to monitor businesses and expedite the judicial process for prosecuting violators and assisting victims of forced prostitution.
Meanwhile, the Northern Rainmaking Operations Center is getting ready to prepare measures to release the region of persistent haze and drought when conditions are right to create artificial rain. Officials from regional agencies continue to monitor weather conditions to plan the rainmaking operations, while aircraft and helicopters are performing aerial surveys for signs of forest fires. The Northern Rainmaking Operations Center Director, Rantan Kusamuro, said high pressure in the northern region is keeping air moisture relatively low. This happening, coupled with strong winds, make the current atmosphere unsuitable for rainmaking. But authorities are preparing to launch rainmaking flights and will continue to monitor weather conditions to ascertain the proper time to launch the operations.
And that wraps up the national headlines this morning. Coming up next, 38 Chinese wanted by authorities in their home country face deportation after being arrested at a casino in Cambodia. Details in the global segment.
Some people ask me, Yaya, when did you look fly with Bangkok Airways? How about even before boarding? With tasty snacks in the boutique lounge and delicious meals on board, it's an entire journey of happiness. Book now with your travel agent or call 1771 or BangkokAir.com. Bangkok Airways, Asia's boutique airline.
Relax to all your favorite hits in class. Strip on strings and take in the ambience at Dustafani Bangkok's Lobby Lounge, where first runner-up of The Voice Thailand Season 4, Guy Anthony Onboard Gal, and the Sunset Boulevard Band are now performing every Tuesday to Saturday evening. Wonderful live music in a great setting, only at Lobby Lounge of Dustafani Bangkok. Get there easy by BTS Paladang or MRT Silo.
The Thai monarch and the nation.
Thailand has applied the sufficiency economy philosophy to national administration as evident in the National Economic and Social Development Plan. Sufficiency economy is an innovative approach to development designed for practical application over a wide range of problems and situations. This approach was formulated by His Majesty the King as a result of his long experience in development work. His Majesty the King time and again laid stress on how to further national development by adhering to the principle of self-reliance through adequacy in terms of assets and livelihood, as well as learning to exercise moderation. The idea of moderation is an important pillar of the sufficiency economy philosophy. This philosophy should not be understood or misunderstood as advocating an inward-looking approach. Rather, it teaches the people that economic development and modernization must be better balanced and take into account the well-being of the people, their economic, social, political, and environmental needs. To return happiness to the past peoples, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha has looked to the lessons and principles of His Majesty the King, drawing from his sufficiency economy philosophy to create 12 national core values to strengthen and guide the nation's citizens back to happiness. The 12 core values are upholding the three main pillars: nation, religion, and the monarchy; honesty, sacrifice, and patience, being steadfast in the public's interest; filial piety, respect towards parents, guardians, and teachers; the pursuit of learning and knowledge, both directly and indirectly; preservation of Thai traditions and culture; morality, integrity, considerateness, generosity; understanding and learning of true democratic ideals with His Majesty the King as head of state; maintaining discipline, respectfulness of laws and the elderly; remaining mindful of His Majesty the King's royal teachings; living by His Majesty the King's sufficiency economy philosophy; saving the times of need, moderation, sharing excess with those in need, only expanding when ready, having a sense of self-preservation; mental and physical strength, withstanding temptation and being shameful of sin, and placing national interest before one's own.
Thailand's travel selection with the Ministry of Tourism of Seoul and the Tourism Authority of Thailand.
Thailand Travel Selection takes a tour of Dusitani, Bangkok to find out what makes it one of the city's best stays. A five-star hotel through and through, Dusitani, Bangkok boasts distinctly Thai hospitality that is at the same time world-class. Modern amenities across all of its 517 rooms and suites ensure absolute comfort. Get active with a business center, pool, and fitness center, complete with sauna, steam room, aerobic studio, squash court, and riding range, before relaxing to a traditional Thai massage at Devaran Spa. A total of 7 dining venues in this hotel span every flavor, with contemporary Thai cuisine at Bento, Cantonese-style Chinese dining at the Mayflower, Vietnamese cooking perfected at Tien Dong, an international buffet at the Pavilion, American-style steak at Hamilton Steakhouse, Pacific seafood at 22 Kitchen and Bar, Japanese culinary masterpieces at Shogun, even live music and drinks at the Lucky Lounge. For functions, the spacious Natalai Ballroom delivers, and 11 smaller conference rooms are ready to accommodate any type of meeting. From business to pleasure, Dusitani Bangkok is ready to meet your every need. Sign up for a free Dusit Gold membership now at DusitGold.com and enjoy a discount of 10% every time you dine.
Global News. Welcome back to the Morning News Hour here on Radio Thailand. The time is 7:14 a.m. Here are our global stories. The top UN envoy for Syria has said the country's ceasefire has shown clear signs of progress, but warned that there was no guarantee it would succeed. Staffan de Mistura told reporters in Geneva as the cessation of hostilities entered its sixth day that the situation on the ground could be summarized as fragile. Success is not guaranteed, but progress has been visible. The ceasefire brokered by the United States and Russia came into effect on Saturday, but does not include territory controlled by the Islamic group or al-Nusra. De Mistura's comments came shortly before entering a meeting of the UN-backed international task force, pushed by Moscow and Washington, that is harassing the troops. As a result of the relative calm, aid workers have been delivering desperately needed assistance to besieged areas where nearly 500,000 people are trapped. Another 4 million people are living in hard-to-reach areas. Following a meeting of the task force overseeing the delivery of humanitarian aid, De Mistura's special advisor, Jan Egeland, voiced hope that the ceasefire would lead to a big leap forward in reaching many hundreds of thousands more people.
Over to Cambodia, 38 Chinese wanted by authorities in their home country are facing deportation after being arrested at a casino in Cambodia's western border town of Hue. Cambodian Deputy National Police Chief General Choi Sinari said Chinese police took part in rounding up 105 Chinese citizens on Wednesday at the Golden Crown Casino's hotel, releasing 67 after confirming that they were not on the wanted list. Police said the people arrested are suspected of involvement in scams carried out against Chinese citizens over internet phone services. Some senators said they were taken to the capital, Phnom Penh, and will be deported to China when the Interior Ministry issues its approval. In November, a raid in the southern province of Sihanouk netted 166 Chinese citizens suspected of carrying out similar activities. Two senators said more than 1,000 Chinese have been arrested and deported in the past 6 years, most of them for fraud or extortion using the internet.
Over to Australia, a piece of debris found off the southeast African coast that could be from a missing Malaysia Airlines flight is being sent to Australia for testing 2 years after the plane carrying 239 people disappeared. A white meter-long chunk of metal was found off the coast of Mozambique earlier this week by a U.S. adventurer who has been carrying out an independent search for Malaysia Airlines flight MH370. The debris will be tested by officials in Australia with help from Malaysian authorities and representatives of manufacturer Boeing Company. Australian Minister for Infrastructure and Transport Darren Chester told Parliament that it is too early to speculate on the origin of the debris at this stage